Hello, this is Matt King from Wilmington University, and this is my screencast on portfolio of quality educational web resources. It's for my most valuable web resource that I have found, at least currently. For me, this year, my MVP for web resources would be Desmos.com. Why? Desmos.com has amazing form and functionality. There are many aspects to Desmos.com that you can dive into as a learner or as an educator. For example, there are simple, free, four-function calculators and scientific calculators. It's just a web page, but the keyword is it's free. Scientific calculator, the same thing. And you can go and type in anything that you're looking for. If I'm trying to find 752 times a sine of 25 in not radian but degree mode, I can do that, and my answer will show up on the slide right here. That's just a simple use for Desmos.com. Another use, which I use a lot on my end as an educator, would be the graphing aspect of Desmos.com. This opens up a graphing calculator and graphing Cartesian coordinate system to show what graphs that you're graphing. So on the left hand side over here, you have a bar that you can type in your own functions, and on the right, larger section will show the function in the viewing window that you've set. It's already preset, but you can change the graphing settings as well to any settings that you'd like. In addition to this, you can save any file that you make and open these up later, or you can open up example graphs that have already been preloaded from Desmos. I have a few that have been saved that I use in my classroom already. These are amazing not only because you can type in any function calculator that you want, but because it's simple to use, and students actually become quite engaged in this kind of activity for graphing calculator. So you're looking for where two functions intersect. It's really easy to identify these points, but that's not the point. The point is, okay, well, what does this mean? And so with this huge functionality, you can analyze these graphs a lot quicker than you could, say, if you're doing this by hand, or even just using a graphing calculator, because there's so much more you can do, and I'll get in there in just a bit. Let me back up a little bit to what else you can use Desmos for. Besides a calculator, Desmos has amazing classroom activities that you can use as a teacher in your classroom. A lot of these are made for you, and you can actually create your own as well. Over here on the left column, you can see activities that you bookmark yourself, create, or have used, and then bundles, which I use in my classroom, linear bundles. And let me show you what that is. Linear bundles are a group of activities, in this case 7 activities, that focus on the Common Core state standards related to linear functions. 2 key understanding points are listed at the top. In all these bundles, they'll show the same aspects, showing key understanding points. And then go through the activities and what the important features of each activities are. These are great activities. They even give you a recommended time slot to use these. And going through and using these activities in the classroom is really quite simple. Once you create a class code, once I'll go through this process, you get a class code, and then you can view this dashboard. And this is what the teacher aspect would look like, okay? And so the student would come in, and I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. Enter this class code, and what they'll do is they'll go through a progression of whatever slides or part of the activities are on this activity. And as students are going through, you can see where they are, what they're doing, and if they're getting stuck, and you can refocus these students back to a specific slide if you want, or you can see their answers in real time. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. So we're going to move back a little bit to the featured activities, back to the main website, desmos.com. Not only activities, but let's say you were a student or a teacher in this case, and you're one to learn. So this is where the students go to sign up for the classroom activities. There's another link to get to the graphing calculator, but this is powerful for teachers as well. They have professional development options for teachers. So not only school-wide or district-wide or what have you, but an individual basis down below, you can look through the PD that they have designed for, say you wanted to share PD with your school or fellow teachers in your subject content area. You could do that, but also go through these activities based on suggestions where Desmos says where you should start. This is just powerful. And did I mention that it's free? It's free, and the activities are a lot of fun. What I found is that graphing skills for high school students are severely lacking. With that, a lot of jobs that are in the market right now are focused on coding, technical jobs on coding. And if students do not know how to graph, compare two simple variables, x and y, they will not be able to understand the basics of coding. Where does that matter? How does that come up? Well, actually, some of these activities that you can do entail drawing. So let's say we wanted students to pick one of their favorite characters, load a picture up to Desmos, and then try and outline this picture with functions. So you load the picture up to Desmos, which is simple drag and drop, and then you work with it trying to design certain aspects of the character. You can see here, this section right here is just this one line that's part of his ear. This as well, the lower part of his left ear. But what this does is it challenges students to understand domain and range, understand curvature, understand slope, understand different aspects of, hey, how do I draw a circle? How do I draw a part of a circle? How do I draw an oval? How do I draw a part of an oval? How do I draw the same line 3 times but in 3 different directions? It helps them analyze graphical situations, and that is powerful in of itself. And I'll start with a Bugs Bunny picture. I love this about Desmos, the ability for any art tech with a tech aspect of it, but applying it to mathematics, I think is huge and powerful. In summary, I think Desmos is a free and fun web resource for students, learners, and instructors alike. I really look forward to utilizing this in the future. I hope not only myself, but my students can access this in the classroom in the future. Thank you.